It really is a shame that not that many people in the world know about Vanillaware. It is a crime that such a great video game developer is so damn underrated. Even though they are responsible for creating some of the most polished products like Odin Sphere, 13 Sentinel Aegis Rim, Muramasa, Dragon's Crown. Sadly, these guys don't get attention as much as they deserve it. And just like that, in 2024, these guys dropped one of the biggest bangers of the year that sadly went under everyone's radar and did not get as much talk as it deserved. I recently finished my third playthrough of Unicorn Overlord, and I really have to say that this is one of the most incredible SRPGs I've ever played in my entire life. It is very easy to look at Unicorn Overlord and say, hey, this game is taking inspiration from games like Tactics Ogre or Final Fantasy Tactics. You can look at Alan, the blue-haired main character of the game, and say, hey, this game is taking inspiration from Fire Emblem and characters like Marth. But that is far from truth. This game feels incredibly unique. The first thing that really stands out about Unicorn Overlord is the amazing art. The characters, the backgrounds, the overworld, everything looks crispy and clean. It is the same pixel art that Vanillaware is known and beloved for. And of course they are still obsessed with ultra realistic looking food. The story of Unicorn Overlord starts simple. A power-hungry tyrant general wants the legendary Ring of Unicorn for himself, so he leads a revolt against the Queen. Before going to the battlefield, the Queen entrusts everything to Alan, and then tells Joseph that you must protect Alan and make sure he will become a great king. Soon enough, we see Alan and his friend Lex training near the beach, getting ready to start their journey. And this is a very huge journey, because once you start the game, you will easily see that how big the overworld is. And there are so many things that you can do in this overworld, like recruiting characters, rebuilding cities, capturing fortresses. This game is a true open world at some points, and it feels like it's even bigger and more expansive than some of the open world games in the market. And what's really incredible about this game is that how much freedom it gives the player. You can build your army just like how you want. You can use many units and many formations. Now let's talk about formations. Each unit has a slot that you can fill with your preferred characters. And you can build it however you desire. You can build it to be a solely cavalry unit. You can build it to be a supporting archer unit. The possibilities are endless. And once you start to grow, these units get bigger and can contain up to 6 characters. And as the story goes forward, and as you make more cities and capture more fortresses and rebuild more towns, Alan gets stronger. And at this point, Alan can have up to 10 units to each battle. And trust me, you will spend so much time trying to build the most optimal units and managing your formations, because that is the most enjoyable part of the game. Now let's talk about the combat system. This game is an RTS, which means that you can freely move your units in the battlefield as the enemy opponents can do the same. And trust me, this game will really challenge you. You need to always pay attention to what's happening on the battlefield, like paying attention to what enemy class you are attacking, because this game has the weapon circle. Some units work better against certain units and some units are weaker against others. Like if you are having a flying unit, you have to be careful that is there an archer in their path, because they are extremely weak to arrows. You have to watch for watchtowers, that they often have archers or healers stationed in them. But once you capture them, you can also station your own units in them. Also, units have a stamina, which means at a certain point they get fatigued and they need to rest so that they can rebuild their abilities. And considering how many characters with different classes you can recruit, this gets extremely fun to manage. And speaking of characters that you can recruit, this game is full of cool characters with fun and quirky stories. Some of my favorite characters in this game are Rosalinde, the princess of Elven Kingdom, Melisandre, the girl who is obsessed with Alan and wants to marry him, the lion Morard, and the little girl Unifi, and of course Aramis. Once you start to get to know these characters and delve deep into their backstories, their motives about fighting in this war becomes completely clear, and you can understand why they are siding with Alan in this war. At certain points though, you need to fulfill certain conditions to recruit these characters. There are also many points in the game where you have the choice to either execute or recruit a character or release them. And let me tell you that your choices really matter in this game if you want to get the true ending, because this game has multiple endings, and if you want the true ending, you need to really play this game and fulfill the conditions. One more thing that I want to mention, this game also has marriage, or oaths as this game likes to call it, because you can also give the ring to a guy, but they don't marry you, they just swore an oath of loyalty to you. And of course, taking a page from Fire Emblem book, this game also has something called supports, which means characters can interact with each other at certain times and have dialogues with each other. The last thing I really want to talk about, and I really want to praise, is the music. The OST of Unicorn Overlord is incredible, and it fits the background and the setting of this game perfectly. Just exploring the overworld and hearing that beautiful music makes the exploration of this game a joy, and going to new locations and hearing new music is also incredible. Not to mention that the battle music is also just as amazing, and it really makes you feel the tension and the importance of the battles. Overall, Unicorn Overlord is just another amazing game by Vanillaware, and it is really a crime how these guys stayed so underrated for so many years, after creating masterpieces like Odin Sphere, Dragon's Crown, Muramasa, 13 Sentinel Aegis Rim, and now they are gonna add Unicorn Overlord to that list, and they are incredible at what they do. Unicorn Overlord is an incredible game. It is by far my favorite game of 2024, and it really needs your attention. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, it would mean a lot to me. Make sure to subscribe and tell me in the comments, have you played Unicorn Overlord? What did you think of it? Let me know. Until next time, take care and goodbye.